Hi everyone, welcome to Mixed Media Morsels Layers of Fun. I'm getting ready to pull some prompts for February so we can see what we're going to be using in our creations. I'm mixing up the items that I have in the bag. All right, here's one. Okay. Oh, painted papers. That's what we're going to do for our background color. Okay. And the next one is glue something. So let's see what we're going to glue. Okay, here's one. A punch or die cut. Oh wait, we're going to pull two of those. Forgot. It's only February. All right, so let's get one more of those. I pull one of this and I pull two here and two here. So I'm just having to remind myself because we've only done this once so far this year. Well, can't pick it up. It's stuck together. Hold on. There we go. Oh, a label. Okay, so we're going to do a punch or die cut and a label. That's what we're going to glue down. All right, and then we're going to make marks. So let's see what we might use to make marks with, or what kind of marks we'll make. Let's see. Oh, doodles. We all like doodles. And one more, which will be, oh, get my hand out there, a rubber stamp. So, now if you don't have rubber stamps, you know, you can make your own out of fun foam and just draw on the fun foam and stick it to something, and then you can dip it in paint or ink and stamp with it. So this is going to be a really fun page. I'm really looking forward to this. So I'm going to go gather some of these things and then I'll be back and we'll start creating the page. So I grabbed out some painted papers. This one is just drop paper that was where I was scraping paint and it was spilling over the edge, and I had this down underneath it. So I kind of liked this page, and I found some other papers that could possibly go along with it. So I'm thinking I might use some of this and some black. Oh, here's another little one too that I had stamped on with a homemade stamp. This was a button on the end of a cork. And so it made this cool little swirl pattern. In fact, it's on this one too. All over the page, there's these little green swirls. I'm going to start just tearing up some of this and figuring out where I want it to go on my page. So, okay. So I've just got some paint on deli paper. This is paint on tissue paper, and also has some black paint on just regular printer paper. So I figured I would tear up some of this stuff and put it down and just see what happens. All right, so I got my pieces glued down, and I added, off camera, I added a little bit of the yellow and green over here, and I also added a couple of pieces of a security envelope right here and right here. And I have another piece of that I'm going to add later. It's this little piece here, and it's got some stitching on it. It's just a scrap that I had laying on my table, and I thought, oh, that's kind of cool. I'm going to use that on my page. So somewhere on the page I'll put this. I'm not sure where, but I'll do that later for one of the top layers. So now that I've got all this color down, and there's a lot of it, as you can see, I'm gonna just put my little deli papers in here, and I'm gonna use some gesso and kind of blend these in together a little bit more. Right now they kind of just look like a bunch of colored paper stuck on a page. So I kind of want to make them a little more cohesive, and so I'm gonna use some heavy gesso, and you can use white paint, you can use whatever you have to do this particular part if you choose to do it. Okay, so I'm just gonna spread some gesso around. Some places will be lighter, some places will be darker. And it will just help to unify the whole page. So this is just another layer of fun. That definitely is fun. And it makes everything work. And I can still see the colors underneath, which is nice. I'm not obliterating everything. I have everything dry, so I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit of the rubber stamping in the background still. And I wanted to show you, I was talking about those foam stamps. So you can take little pieces of fun foam and stick them down to a piece of cardboard, or excuse me, this is a foam core board, and it makes the a cute little design when you stamp with it. I mean, it's fun having homemade stamps. This one's another one that I like. And you can also just wrap rubber bands or string around a piece and stamp with that, and it makes cool lines. So there's all kinds of stamping out there if you don't particularly have a rubber stamp. And I'm going to use a homemade one too. This is one that I've shown before, and it's a numbers stamp. And I just took apart one of those rolling number stamps and just made my own little group of numbers. And so I'm going to use that and just put a little bit of black numbers here and there in my background. Okay, I'm going to do a little bit of scribbly writing also in the background, just to have a little bit more going on back there. So it's just, you know, real loose scribbly stuff. I also want to take this bigger Posca pen and make these a little bit more defined, these little arches, and I think I'm going to go ahead and fill them in and then doodle in white. And it looks dark and heavy now, but once it gets a little bit of white on there, it will calm it down just a little bit. And let's see, I'm going to put a couple of these back here like that. Little scribbly. Just darken them a little bit more. Okay. That looks pretty good for now. I've got a little bit of this drywall tape. It's typically white, and I colored it with some ink pads. So it's got a little bit of a greenish bluish tone to it. Whoops, can't seem to hold on to them. There we go. I know it's hard to see. It looks mostly green right here, but there's a little blue in there too. And I just thought it would be fun to just put a little texture on the page. So I'm just going to lay these around and see what I think. You know, how I feel about it after I get it down there. And I have a smaller one too. These were just some leftover pieces that I found, and I thought might as well use those things. Why have them hanging around, you know? I do like that. It adds a little bit of color and texture. Of course, it feels very textural. I'm going to go ahead and press them in there. Okay. So I want to add some words. I know I still need to put the punch on, and I want to add my label now, and well, maybe I'll do a little bit more doodling first. I wanted to maybe outline some of these little elements on here just in a real scribbly kind of fun way. Maybe I'll go ahead and doodle a little bit on here. Keep knocking into these. Okay, let's see. There, see how that calmed that black right down? I mean, it's still black, but it's not nearly as harsh looking as it was a minute ago. So like that, and maybe I'll put some more fun in here. Okay. Okay, so my label is going to come into play right about here, I think. This is just a label off of a sticker sheet, and I thought that would look nice with the colors that I've got going on here. So I think I'm going to just use part of it, maybe right about here. I think that's relatively straight. Okay. Save that and use it someplace else. All right, so there's my label. And I had titled a page I made recently. I believe it was in my altered book, and I titled it Sunshine Moments, because it's just those times when I'm playing and enjoying it so much, it just brings sunshine to me, whether there's actual sunshine outside or not. It just makes me feel happy and sunny. And so I'm going to name this one Sunshine Moment as well. And let's see, maybe I'll scoot that over here. I'll decide in a second. And I'm also going to include the word another. So we have another sunshine moment, which I think will be fun. All right, so I am going to put some glue on these because they don't always stick so well. Very cool. Okay, got my little security envelope down, and this is the part that's making this whole layout a sunshine moment for me, because I love this little bird that I created a long time ago. I just love it, and I know I've used it a couple of times in other projects, but I could not resist putting this colorful bird on this page. Look how it just brightened it up. I mean, it's been okay. I mean, these are nice colors. I'm not taking anything away from that, but I love how everything pops when I put this bright little colorful bird on my page. So it makes me very happy, and I just like having him sitting there, her sitting there. I think it's a girl, I think I said before, because she's got these cute little eyelashes. But it's made from scraps. This is a copy of it, but I had made it from paper scraps. You can see the tears in the paper, and all of this was just painted papers and things that I had lying around, and I just put together this little scrappy bird one day. And I just love using it because it is so colorful and it makes me so happy. So I'm gonna glue her down, and I love how her little feet just sit right on that piece of envelope, like she's got a little something to stand on. Love that. There we go. All right, so the only thing I don't have on the page yet is the punch, and I did punch a little piece. It's a little scalloped circle that I used this punch for. It's a very old punch I've had forever, and I punched it out of this black and white gift wrap, and I thought I might put just a piece of that over here someplace, maybe right here. It does add another fun element on the page to kind of go along with this other black and white stuff that's going on already. I guess right down here is fine. See how we like it. Yeah, it looks good. Okay. It's just one of those, let me see how that's going to go moments, and I do like it. So you don't ever know until you try it. And that's the same for anybody. If you don't try, you'll never know. There we go. Add a little bit more right here just to fill that space up there a little bit more. And I think I'll do the same thing over here. Okay. All right, guys, that is my page for today, and I absolutely love it. You know, you don't know how these pages are going to turn out. That's the beauty of it, actually, because you can't really have a preconceived idea in your head of how something's going to look when it's layers upon layers upon layers. You just can't do it. So it's always fun just to see how things are going to turn out, you know, and they often turn out so much different than you thought they were going to, or you thought you wanted them to, and they're so often so much better than you ever thought you wanted, you know. So I just want to encourage everybody to play, because it is just so much fun, and I'm having a blast with this. We're just learning and playing together. That's all this is. I hope you guys have fun playing in your layers, and I can't wait to see how they turn out. I'll look for those in the Mixed Media Morsels Facebook group, and we will see you again, guys, in the next video. Take care, and thanks for watching. Bye-bye.